Welcome to another episode of PC Building Simulator. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. Let's get started going through some emails, because we've got nothing left to do in the shop as usual. So the first email says, "What's up? I need a new PC. Can you help? My mate's PC benchmarks 2126, so I need at least that. Can you install an AIO water cooler in it? Have you heard of Intel? They're meant to be pretty good. It's urgent, so please hurry." So $2,500 to get a 3D Mark score of 2126 with an AIO cooler. We can do that. Let's accept that one. Hello. I need something repaired. It's not immediately obvious what's gone wrong. You have to do some digging. A bunch of white smoke came out of the case and it turned off. Is 7 days a reasonable deadline? I'm a total Cooler Master fanboy. Don't try and pass off any used parts. I want all new stuff. So he had some magic white smoke come out of his PC. So we'll fix that one for him. Hiya. Build me a PC. I need a new rig. I saw this CPU can run as fast as 4,000 megahertz. My friend has the same GPU and he hit 2068 megahertz. Don't try and pass off any used parts. I want all new stuff. Can you make this your #1 priority, please? So $3,000. He wants his CPU overclocked to 4,000 megahertz and GPU to 2068. So we can make that happen. Can you help me out with something? There's something wrong with my PC. I'm sure someone like you can work out what's wrong. There was this burning smell and now nothing works. So can you do that before 2 days? I was on PC Bay the other day and saw some awesome braided purple cables. Have you heard of Intel? They're meant to be pretty good. So this guy had another PC that did magic smoke. So we'll fix that. And lastly, hi, can I trust you to build me a decent computer? I really want to get decent FPS in Overwatch, recommended spec. I'm going to need it in 12 days at the latest. Don't try and pass off any used parts on all new stuff. My brother has Seagate in his PC. He says they're the best. So $3,500 to play Overwatch at recommended spec. I'm sure we can make that happen. So I'm going to accept that one. We will start getting a build together for this. So I will step away, put a build together, and be right back. Alright, so for the first build, we've got this new NZXT N7 Z370 motherboard in white, an i7 8700K, a Kraken X62, 2 sticks of this Team Group RAM, I believe it's 8 gigs, 3000 mHz, a Gigabyte GTX 1080, a Silverstone, I'm not sure what the wattage is on that, maybe 520, since it's NJ 520, Patriot Scorch M.2 drive, and an NZXT white case. Alright, so our next build is this one that can overclock. So let me put that together, and I will be right back. So for this next build, for the overclocking, we're going to get the Gigabyte K7, the gaming K7 motherboard, a Ryzen 7 1800X, this EVGA 280 cooler, 2 sticks of the 16 gig Trident Z black, I believe it's 4,000 megahertz, a Gigabyte GTX 1070, a Gigabyte 750 watt power supply, a 4 terabyte Seagate Barracuda. We're also getting another one of these Patriot Scorches. And however you say this case, it's a open case. I've never built in it before, so we'll see how all of that goes together. And for our last build here with Overwatch at recommended spec, let's get that pulled up just so we know what it is. If I can find it, there it is. So at least an i7 7700 and at least a 1070. So I'll get something put together for this and be right back. Okay, so for this last build, here's recommended spec again. And we're going to go with the Gigabyte Z370 Aorus motherboard. We just unlocked this maybe an episode ago or so. Another 8700K, another Kraken X62, 2 sticks of what is still the most expensive G-Skill, or the most expensive RAM I have available. A Gigabyte GTX 1080. This is the top of the line gigabyte card, a EVGA Supernova 650 watt. I think it's probably my favorite power supply in the game. Another 4 terabyte Barracuda drive, another one of those Patriot Scorch drives. And then we'll build it in the Silverstone RL07, which I haven't built in yet. So let's go ahead and buy all of this. Get that out of the way. We will go end our day so we can get everything in. Let's get our parts. And let's start with these repairs. What's this extra? Did we get... that must be something I ordered off of PC Bay. Let's go stick that in the closet. Let's see, this is Rider. So let's go remind ourselves what Rider... Oh, like something was burning and now it doesn't work. Well, it's starting up fine for me. No CPU found. Let's take a look. Let's get the cooler out of the way. Pentium, huh? Let's take a look here. So, broken G4620. I know I don't have one of those, so let's order one. Processors. G4620. Add that to the cart. Let's see if we can get this one to power on. Nothing. Alright. Let's get this side off as well. And let's just unhook this whole power supply. We'll check it first. Okay. Broken Cooler Master 600 watt. Which I don't have. Let's order one of those. Power supply. 550, 600. Let's add that. Let's go ahead and have it delivered today. Let's get the new CPU in here. Let's sell that broken one. Let's get some thermal paste on there. And get the cooler reinstalled. I think it was this one. Let's see if it works. You want any colored cables in there? I don't remember. Braided purple. Let's power that down. And I think the power supply they've got in here. Yeah. So there's only so many cables that we can make braided purple. Let's see. Braided purple. Is that everything? Alright. Let's get the side panels put back on. And let's get this, let's get this out in the hall. Let's get the power supply put in here. Let's get rid of this broken one. I still haven't fixed the ring issue on here. Okay, let's get this cabled up. Now let's make sure it powers on. I'm going to go ahead and get the side panel put on. And this side panel. And that's good, so let's put this one out in the hall. Okay, let's see. Let's get some cases put up here. What's this case? Oh, that's a cool, whoops. That's a cool looking case. That's going to be something to build in. And let's get this case. Alright, let's start with this mostly white build. Let's get all the parts out of our way. And let's get our motherboard installed. Alright, let's get our CPU and RAM installed. Let's see, this is getting the 8700K. As well as this Team Force white RAM. Let's get this out of our way. Okay. This is also getting a Patriot Scorch. Let's see. Get the right graphics card. Nice. Let's get some thermal paste on here. And we'll get the CPU cooler installed, the Kraken X62. Which would be nice if there was some way to make some of the hoses white or something on it. Oh well. And we'll get our Silverstone all white power supply in. Let's get our PSU mount put back on. We'll start cabling this up. Let's see. Yeah, let's do the ribbon braided white. Get everything connected here. And we'll power this on. Oops, I wanted to go into the BIOS. Well, while we're here, let's get the USB drive put in, because I always forget. Let's power cycle it. Let's hop into the BIOS. I've never been in this BIOS. Let's apply and restart. Let's put this lighting on here. I don't even remember. What did this guy? He just wanted a PC. 3D Mark score. So we'll have to run 3D Mark. Nope, let's get 3D Mark on there as well. Get this restarted. And we'll get going with changing some colors of lights and running a benchmark. Let's see, what's white? All 255. All right, let's get 3D Mark running. Oh yeah, all white, except for that little bit of orange. All right, I'm going to start putting this case back together while 3D Mark is running. Let's get this filter on, get the front panel installed. Get this side panel on. Let's get the PCI lock on. And we'll go ahead and get the glass side panel on as well. Step back and look at that. It's my first mostly white build. Looks good. All right, so I'm going to let this run, and I will be back as soon as the score populates. Okay, so 7,398. Definitely beat the 21 something that he wanted. Let's see, who was this? Ultra Steve. I always forget to grab these little post-it notes. So we are good. 2126 was what he was looking for. 7398 is what we got. So let's put this one out in the hall. And let's get started on this next build. I think it is for Large Peter. Huh, that sounds a little dirty. All right. He wants stuff overclocked. Let's see if we can figure out how to take this case apart. It's so big it's hiding behind the thing there. Let's take this side off. Let's get our motherboard in. The gaming K7. This one's also getting 2 sticks of RAM. We'll get that open. Let's get our CPU in. Where are we? The 1800X. I wonder, is that where you mount your cooler? Maybe hard drives or SSDs on the back? I have no idea. Never built in this case. Get some thermal paste on there. Let's get our RAM installed. Where are we? Trident Z Black. And while we're at it, let's see if we can install, I think it was this EVGA. Oh yeah, it does. It installs right there. Very cool. Okay. Let's get... We've got a Patriot drive going in. I want to put a 4 terabyte hard drive, but... Well, let's see right now. Oh, not the 3. Okay. It just mounts to the back. Very cool. Alright, let's get our graphics card installed. And let's get our power supply installed. It's definitely an open design. Okay. Get a USB in there. Let's cable this up. Let's see. We'll go with the orange. Kind of match the gigabyte colors. Well, should we see if it powers up? Let's hop into the BIOS real quick. Okay. Let's get some stuff installed. Let's get 3D Mark installed. And where is, there it is, GPU tuner, because we need to overclock. I'm trying to remember what he wanted it, 2068. So we'll get this overclocked. Let's just go right for 2068. 20, 65, 64. That's quite the overclock. Alright, let's start up 3D Mark. We'll see if we blue screen here. If we don't get a blue screen, I'll just step away, let this run, make sure it doesn't blue screen. Let's go ahead. At least put this back panel back on. Alright, well, I'm going to let this run, and I will be back as soon as it's done. Or if it blue screens, either way. Oh, there we go. There's our blue screen. I mean, it counted it. Does that count? Should we just power it down and put the side panel on and call it good? Right. I feel a little guilty about doing that, but, it counted it as done, so let's just call it done. I'm not really sure why we don't have to prove the overclock. It just literally wants us to overclock it, and then it calls it done. Very interesting. Alright, well, let's get this last build done. We'll get our post-it note. Let's get our motherboard installed. The Gigabyte Aorus Ultra Gaming. Let's get all this open here. This is also getting an 8700K, so we'll get that installed. Let's get our RAM installed. The Trident Z. The beautiful stuff that everybody wants. Let's get that open and out of the way. Storage. Let's get our Patriot Scorch drive. And let's get our hard drive. Can I open this, please? There we go. All right. Get some thermal paste. Where is our cooler gonna mount? Mount to the front here. Ooh. That might not hold the cooler that I've picked out. Oh, it does. It looked smaller than it actually is. Alright. Let's get our graphics card installed. And we will get our power supply. Supernova. Oh, I have to remove that. Okay. Now we'll install our power supply. And let's get everything cabled up. I think I'm going to use this orange cabling again, just because we're using another one of these Aorus cards that look so nice with the orange on them. Oh, that's the power button. Is there no cable? There we go. Let's hop into the BIOS. We'll set our XMP. I'm not going to get it installed quick enough. Let's power cycle. And I'm going to start putting parts back on. Let's get this PSU shroud reinstalled. And let's get our side panel on. Alright, we are ready to go. That's a nice looking case. I didn't know it lit up at the front. Yeah. Alright, let's collect some money. Get that one. Get that one. Large P. I'm really happy with the new PC, but 1 star. Well, that review makes no sense. Whatever. I think sometimes they just give me 1 star just because they want to. Like that one. And that one, because all the rest are 5 stars. Alright. Ooh, we've unlocked some new stuff for EK water block stuff and coolant. Very cool. Well, I'm going to end the episode here. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button to know as soon as one of my videos goes live. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next episode.